So whoever joined me yesterday knows that nobody is normal. Everybody is weird. Now, I'm going to start off with that premise because that's pretty much what I'm going to talk about today. This is Caralyn How with What You Really, Really Want. And what I do is to help women who are living too quiet lives to put on their big girl panties and grow a pair of vocal cords so that they can put voice to and actually get everything they want in life. Everything. So today I want to talk to you about being weird. I flew my freak flag a little bit for you yesterday. I sang a little Air Supply. I told you about how many ridiculous song lyrics are in my head and how often I sing them, even really, really bad songs, far worse than Air Supply. And I told you how I pretty much can't resist a dare, and that if you want to motivate me to do something, you should dare me because I'll respond like a 12-year-old boy to any dare. That's totally easy for me to tell you because I am under absolutely no illusions that I'm normal or that anybody else is for that matter. However, I'm very highly amused at people's attempts to be normal all the time. You know, when you meet new people or when you're at a cocktail party, it's something where people are schmoozing, everybody's trying so hard to be normal, to be great even, but certainly not to be weird. Nobody wants to be weird. So for me, being weird is really just kind of like what I've grown up with, because I grew up around a lot of wonderful, beautiful, weird people. And I wouldn't change that for anything. I never felt like I had to be normal. Part of the gift of growing up with a severely retarded brother, which I did, is that he was so far outside of the realm of what anybody could possibly call normal. And my whole life and my whole family was completely not normal, largely because of my brother Jonathan. So I just really didn't have that pressure. And I realized, though, that so many people in our society, people especially who are maybe upper middle class, highly educated, and have something to lose. These are the people that hold on to this notion of normalcy the most because they're the ones that are trying to get to the next rung on the ladder. They're playing the game, and if I don't seem normal, if I seem weird, then I'm not going to get to the next level on the hierarchy. So I actually made a set of rules for myself a while back, and it's a WWJD set of rules. And of course, people have bumper stickers that say, "What would Jesus do?" And that's something that I ask myself often in multiple situations. What would Jesus do? I'm not sure that I come up with the same results that a lot of people do, but it is something that matters to me and that I ask. And so I made it my own WWJD, and that is, what would Jono do? Jono was my brother, and he had very little left brain, and he had very little cognitive ability. He was simply, I would say, walking love, but he didn't walk. He was simply strolling love because he was strolled around on wheels. And he had the biggest laugh and the biggest smile and the most gracious spirit of anyone that I've ever known. And so I made this list of rules because when I'm confused, it actually has helped me on any number of occasions to say, what would Jono do? Because I knew my brother and I know what he would and wouldn't do. And not that I am my brother, but because he was so free of all shackles that we all live under, even though I say I don't try to be normal, I still have all kinds of rules about my own self and what I think I should be. And So for me, this has been really freeing to think about what would Jono do in any given situation. And I've had a couple of really difficult situations in my life where I have not been sure what I really wanted to do. And asking myself that question has helped me to figure out what is really in my heart to do, and to know that I'm not doing it out of guilt or obligation or a sense of who I'm supposed to be, but that it's really coming from the heart of me, that part of me that's free and that doesn't care what anybody else thinks, that part of me that isn't trying to save face, that isn't trying to seem smart or wise or fabulous in any way, but is just simply trying to be authentically me. So my challenge for you is to figure out your WWJD. And it doesn't have to be Jesus, and it doesn't have to be Jono. I want you to think of somebody that you could model yourself after, somebody who inspires you. You know, maybe it would be G for God, or Gandhi, or maybe you, or grandma. Maybe you have some wonderful grandma. Certainly I did, and I miss her very much, and her spirit is the same spirit as my brother's, and I often think of her when I am in a difficult position as well, and I talk to her and I ask her, and I feel like she's the other person in my life who is no longer on this planet, but who just exuded pure love and acceptance of everyone all the time. And I think sometimes she would be aghast at some of the things that I've done in my life, like this, for instance, because she was not a very bold and out there kind of person. But we're different people. So the goal isn't for you to become like this other person, or for you to become like me, or for you to become like anyone. It's really to try to remove what's not you and to get to the heart of who you are. So write yourself a set of rules. I want you to write, if you will, this is your challenge, a set of rules. It could be 5 rules or 10, as many as you want, but I'm going to say 5 to 10 rules of your WW blank D. What would somebody do? Maybe it's you and your nickname when you were a little kid, and you ask yourself, what would I do as an 8-year-old? How would I look at this situation? What would I want to do if I wasn't trying to please anybody else? And then actually post that somewhere where you can see it. Put it somewhere. I have it framed, actually, because my rules from my brother, who passed away several years ago, felt incredibly inspired and like directly downloaded from him. And I feel him every time that I look at that, and it truly helps me to make decisions in my life when I'm confused about the rules or trying to be some form of normal. And I just remember that I don't have to be normal, that I don't have to be like anyone else. I can fly my freak flag, and whether you like me or you hate me or you don't pay a bit of attention to me is inconsequential, because if I am actually being me, authentically me, that's all I'm asked to do. I believe that is all that we are asked to do on this planet, is to become more fully ourselves and to love. So if you're doing those, then you are most assuredly not normal, and that's A-OK. So for this day of my 21-day Grow a Pair challenge, I'm asking you to write your rules, and remember, you are not normal. You are fabulous. This is Caralyn Howe from What You Really, Really Want, signing off. I will catch you tomorrow.